Hi everyone! First of all, I want to say thank you guys so much for all of the amazing views that my first two vlogs have gotten after I shared them with you. It has already blown me away what God has done, how many views it has. Thank you guys so much for watching it and commenting and giving me feedback. Keep it up, keep watching, keep sharing the videos with whomever you trust, and keep letting me know what you think. I really, really appreciate that. So I want to just start out by thanking you guys for that. So, for this vlog, I actually have my first ever request vlog, which means a friend of mine came to me the other day and told me that he likes my vlogs, but there is one specific question that he has that he would like me to talk about in my next vlog. So that's what I'm going to do. And before I get into that question and my answer to it, I first want to say that I loved the idea of him coming to me with his request. And I want to offer that same opportunity to all of you. If there's something that you want me to talk about, feel free to reach out to me. Let me know. Put it in the comments, reach out directly. I would love to talk about whatever you guys want to hear from me. Yeah, I really want to raise awareness to this, so any questions that you guys have in particular, let me know, and I would be more than happy to do a vlog on it. So now, let me kind of get into my friend's question for me. So to put it in my kind of blunt terms, his question was, how do I deal with the limitations that having a transplant puts on me? And that was a really good question that I had to think about for a while. So first I want to kind of share what those limitations are, because I think that would be a good way to start, and then I can kind of share how I deal with them and how I cope with them. So with that, I want to first say that the main thing about having a transplant is you cannot get sick. And there's a lot to unpack with that, so I'm sure that I will get into that more with later vlogs, but mainly I cannot get sick with anything. COVID, RSV, flu, none of that stuff. That would all be very, very bad if I got that. So to kind of explain my limitations, COVID has actually made it much easier to explain my limitations, because I want you to imagine back to, let's say, last April, and think about how we were all living back then. And maybe some of you are still living that way now, where you couldn't go anywhere, right? Everything was shut down. You couldn't go anywhere, and if you did, you had to wear masks and social distance, you had to avoid large crowds, all those good things that we hear on the news every single day, right? So that is kind of how I live. And also, you could no longer just go out on a whim. And when I say that, what I mean is you could no longer just go to the grocery store because you wanted to, right? Everything that you did, every decision you made to go outside now had a lot of thought behind it. There was a risk that you were weighing with it. You had to really think and plan out how you were going to do it. There was no just going out somewhere. I hope that makes sense, because that is exactly how I live every day, how my family and I live every single day, is we have to think about every single thing that we do. It carries a lot of weight and a lot of risk going absolutely anywhere, especially during COVID, but even throughout my whole life, that's been the way that we have to do it. So those are some of my limitations. So now I can talk about maybe a little bit of how I cope with them. There are many ways how I do that, but the first thing that I want to say is I have amazing family and friends. I do not want to neglect this point. They are my support system. They always lift me up when I need them. My entire family, my friends, I love them all. They all really are my main support system, and they mean the world to me. So I want to say that first and foremost. And also, I really try to look at the blessings. And I feel like that's maybe overused a little bit, that phrase, you know, look at the bright side. But I really do think that it's very important to look at the blessings in life and look at how many good things that we have, right? I mean, we're alive, we can go outside, I can talk to you guys, all of those things and more. I could go on forever with just the blessings that God has provided, and thinking of those things really does make it more difficult to see the bad things. So those are all some of the ways, but the first thing that came into my mind when this person asked me this question is what I want to share with you. And it's honestly lyrics to a song. I know you all are shocked that I'm going to share song lyrics with you because it's so unlike me, but I am going to share some song lyrics. I'm going to share the chorus of a song that I literally just heard, and I fell in love with it the first time I heard it. I heard the lyrics and I'm like, that is one of my favorite songs ever. And I want to share the lyrics with you because I think it does a really good job of explaining something that I really wouldn't know how to put into words. So it's called Never Look Away by Building 429, and I just want to read the chorus off to you. So it says, "You call out my name and say, don't be afraid, I'm here, just believe me. So I won't look at the waves, I'll look on your face, and I'll walk when I see you. Lord, give me faith to never look away." And I just loved that. Another way of saying that could also be the Bible verse Isaiah 26:3 that says, "You'll keep him in perfect peace whose mind is stayed on you because he trusts in you." And all of that to say, keep your focus on God. That is the first thing that came into my mind when my friend asked me this question. And as I've been thinking about it over the course of a couple days, it really has stood out to me that that's what God's been teaching me a lot lately, is to keep my eyes on him, keep my focus on him. Because there's always going to be a raging storm underneath you and all around you. But if you keep your eyes focused on him, it makes it so much easier to walk down those roads and to deal with those storms. You can't even see them around you if your mind is focused on him. So that is that's the main way that I cope, is by just continuing to look on God and not look around at the limitations. I don't focus on my limitations. That is the main answer that I have. I don't focus on those limitations. They don't control me, they don't define me. I choose to focus on God instead, and that, I think, is that's where our strength is supposed to come from, is to come from the Lord. So that's kind of how I do it. I do want to just say I am not perfect with this. There are so many times that I have struggled with my limitations. Later on in the song, the lyrics say, "Fear and doubt take my sight and I begin to sink." That has been me so many times. I mean, I want you guys to know that I still do struggle with this, but just like the Bible story that I'm pretty sure this song is written about, God reaches down and takes my hand every single time, and he pulls me up out from that, and he dusts me off, and he says, "It's okay. Just put your sight back on me now that you've had your little moment, and you'll be okay." So that's what I'm trying to do, and I want to just share one more line from that song with you. It says, "Staring deep into your eyes, I'm standing by your strength." That is what I hope we can all do today, is stare deep into the eyes of Jesus and stand in his strength. All right, y'all, I think that's it. Be sure to send me your requests. I hope you enjoy this vlog, and let's stand in his strength together. God is good all the time. Goodbye.